Joining us now is the Heritage Foundation Chief Economist and Unleash Prosperity Senior Fellow, EJ Antoni. Thanks for joining. Am I the only crazy person here that thinks asking people to work or have some contribution to society is not unreasonable?
Oh, not only is it not unreasonable, it's eminently fair to the taxpayer who has to foot the bill for this program. Look, over a third of the folks on SNAP are able-bodied adults who are not disabled. There are folks who could be out there working, but instead they're living off the taxpayer's dime. I mean, this isn't just wrong from a political standpoint or an economic standpoint. It's wrong from a moral standpoint. This is taking from your fellow countrymen. That just simply should not be allowed.
EJ, we're hearing that, at least Majority Leader John Thune says that they're looking at changing the date on the continuing resolution. I think the current date is November the 21st. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's unclear if there's an agreement on that, but it could potentially go into January. But I start hearing words like omnibus, and I was sitting alone in my office screaming at the top of my head. Because you talk about omnibus spending bills, you're talking about a blowout, and anything that reverses the hard work that the Republicans have done to cut even a little bit through the big, beautiful bill would be a huge loss.
Yeah, Dagan, you're right. The last thing we need here is another big bloated spending bill. That is the kind of thing that got us to this point in the first place. It was through those big bloated spending bills that they blew out the SNAP program, right, that they not only made it way easier for folks to get on the program, including those who don't need to be there, but also greatly expanded the benefits that people are getting. You know, this goes back to the old phrase, if you want more of something, subsidize it. If you want less of something, tax it. What have we seen for the last 4 or 5 years? We saw a lot of taxing of work and a lot of subsidizing of folks who did not work. It's exactly the opposite direction we should have been going, and we're paying the price now in the form of much higher government expenditures, which again are ultimately paid for by the taxpayer.
Yeah, this could turn out to be a be careful what you wish for, because it's really putting a microscope on the fact that there are people potentially getting benefits that do not qualify for them. And so when the Democrats want to open all this up and we start to audit that process, when it does come back, I would imagine there'll be some pretty significant SNAP reform. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, see, this exactly the point you're making is a big reason why so many of these blue states don't want to cooperate with the federal government and don't want to send them their data, because that will end up eliminating, for example, illegal aliens on these different welfare programs. It will end up eliminating a lot of other abuses and fraud, different corruption and waste throughout the system. That's the last thing many of these politicians want. It's amazing how so many of them actually consider higher levels of enrollment on welfare to somehow be a good thing, as if they've won some kind of contest or achieved something by that. That's not an achievement in terms of statesmanship. That's a failure that you have increased the number of people who are dependent on the government. And yet that is exactly the kind of bragging that people like Biden or Obama were doing when they were in office.
You didn't even get me started on Medicaid. There's no asset test for Medicaid in California. None. Sky's the limit. EJ Antoni, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here, sir.
Thank you.